And we are the late date. It's a beautiful night for a date. I'm Adam.
And I'm Brooke.
I'm Lana.
And Lana has prepared, and Brooke, and myself, we've all prepared a wonderful show tonight. Brooke, you know what we're going to talk about tonight?
We're going to talk about where to go to for a first date. And we're going to discuss about communication, like meaningfully, like when it comes to somebody that means a lot to you and they find ways to communicate with you when they have no words to say. So we're definitely going to talk about that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like music or something like that. Poetry. Like stories.
Yeah, stories,
movies,
pictures.
All of that.
Anyway, they like to communicate that. So we're going to discuss that as well. One of the other topics would be for...
Actually, that one's fine. I kind of wanted to talk about like the importance, or like how, like what does it mean for somebody to be able to get along with your very close family and friends. What if they absolutely have like a discord? They just dislike each other, or how do you do that? Like how do you finagle that situation?
Navigate through that.
Yeah, like what? Yeah.
Yeah, that can be a very tricky thing to do.
Adam.
Yes.
So you say where to go on a first date? I think that was your idea.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Is it like, I think you said you meant food? Like
as far as cuisine, I guess you could say, because when you go out,
say cuisine on the first date.
Yes. So where would you go on that first date? Because I was always afraid of having anything that could possibly get stuck in my teeth. So therefore, I would stay away from.
Black pepper in
the
front of you.
Yeah.
No spinach, artichoke dip.
Maybe not spaghetti.
Corn.
Things like that. So a very basic place.
That could be funny
to eat.
With popcorn.
So do you all ever think about things like that when you went out to eat? Like with, on a date to begin with in the past?
To an extent, no.
No, actually,
really?
no. I love food. I don't care. Let's do that. Like I can rinse my mouth out, and I can tell you, just go clean our mouths out.
And I know a lot of people are very shy about eating in front of other people.
Yeah,
a
lot of people do not like that at all.
That's a true thing.
Or they feel like they're being watched eat.
Eating,
I might
they're
look at someone,
mouth.
but I don't watch whoever's eating. You know what I mean?
I have misophonia, which is where you have like a sensitivity to like noise. It can make you extremely angry,
like chewing with your mouth,
upset, like nauseous, sick feeling. Watching other people consume dairy products or things like that. So yeah, like that probably would be definitely not an ice cream shop for me.
Oysters, no, can't do it.
I mean, I could eat them, but I definitely wouldn't want to like sensualize the other person eating them.
Yeah,
that's very true.
What about when going on like a said date? How do they go about who pays?
On a first date?
Yeah. I know that's always asked, but someone asked me that the other day.
I like to go by the rule of
whoever initiated
and
who asked out first,
planned the date, came up with. They're going. It's almost like, to a certain extent, they're taking you out. You're going with them to somewhere they want to go.
That's kind of how I feel. I do.
I agree.
I agree with that.
So it's not always the man who said, let's go.
Right.
What about further into the relationship? I'm a big believer on 50-50.
I'm a big believer on 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big believer on somebody taking charge of being just control. I believe in 50-50.
Yeah, I do believe in that too, because I'm very old-fashioned about, when it comes to kind of dating too. Like, I'm about the 50-50, but I also believe, to an extent, you're the man. And most of the time back in the day, the man is the one that kind of takes charge of taking care of the woman. So it's a mixture of both.
That's actually a strange thing that I like.
Yeah.
Which is like I don't know what this says about me. Like, I don't know what type of Freudian, whatever this may be, but I would always thought that I would like to find a guy that would, upon sitting down or going out, and without even thinking, we're just sitting there talking and all that, he automatically orders for me.
I like that.
You would know what I like to say, this is what we're having. Like, take charge on a date. I don't know.
But would
I don't know what that says about
Would
me.
some people actually like that? Because there's actually some really picky people that would not even attempt to like that.
But I would say
I wouldn't want somebody.
I
ordering
wouldn't.
for me.
I wouldn't say that would. I wouldn't
You like
say.
try something new?
I mean, try something new, maybe, but like every single time, no.
I
don't
think maybe the first date would be cute. You're
like, hey, you
maybe-
might
Maybe
really
it's
like
not
this.
so much like you're choosing like what they eat. You're gonna know what they eat, but it's just somebody taking charge in that time and ordering. Sometimes it's me. I'll order for us. I'll say what he's having. And sometimes I'd want it back to me. Like I said, it's a weird thing.
and that's
It's a weird thing.
to have because I like that too. And it's
In
a
a
romantic
relationship.
gesture.
Yeah, like, and the roles could switch. It could be the
Mhm.
woman ordering for the man or for a woman. It could be, this isn't, I don't know. It's one of those things I would think I would enjoy.
I think I would. What about you?
I mean, I've never
He's
really,
not-
I've never really thought about that.
You've never really thought
No.
about that.
No,
Really?
I mean, maybe like taking control and ordering. I never thought of it as.
We're females, I guess we romanticize things like that.
No, I
Like,
mean,
And
I
that's
never.
wonderful.
I mean, I've always
oh,
thought
it's
to like
so-
just go ahead and order. I never
so-
really thought not to.
Or just like,
I guess we
whoever
just
takes
live in our
charge-
fantasy world.
Or it's an agreement, whoever takes charge in the situation.
Yeah.
You take charge. You give the order, you do the directions and all of these things. And then maybe another time I'm taking. Wait,
I would say 90% of the time I would order.
Well, he's telling on himself now, so.
I mean, I went out on with
Base.
Lana before, and Brooke as well. We've all three went out before,
Yeah.
and I think I've ordered.
Yeah. And how did that end?
I'm
Well,
pretty sure
well,
I've
that's
told
like
you
cool.
what we're going to order before, too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or I've decided for the group just what we're having. But I've
I think that shows that one time.
but that's also like taking people out.
Yeah, that is. It's a
I'm
gesture
going to
of
keep in
taking
mind
people
what you
out.
might like, but I'm going to order for the table. Like I do that. I've done that with us.
Yeah. What was it? With the chips?
Yeah.
It was the chips. It was the fries. Didn't we have fries at?
I chose the fries.
You chose the fries?
I chose
I
the
thought she
fries.
chose the fries.
No,
I don't know, but ultimately, like
she
I
chose
like
those
doing
chips
that.
though.
I like doing that,
Doritos.
but like, hey, let's try this, or what do you think about this, or this? What do you choose between these two things? Okay, well, then let's do that. Order from the table.
And that's actually taking a little bit of control.
I guess it's just being the one taking the other people out on a date. I guess the
Consider it.
person that has the control is the one, like the
Consider
one
it.
controlling the date. Like
The one with the money,
The moolah.
the moolah.
not necessarily.
Quite often,
I
if you
mean,
think about it.
certain types of dates are free. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be expensive to be wonderful.
Exactly.
It could be $3.
Tips, Adam. I'm kidding.
I think he's not getting the point. Anyways, so first dates, I think you said we didn't want to avoid certain types of foods and all of that things.
Yeah.
What's the ultimate food you would not want to have stuck in your teeth if you were out
Or
on a
something
date?
that would cause extreme bad breath.
Mm.
But I always have a toothbrush
Like
and
worst of the
toothpaste
worst.
with me,
Okay,
so
we're gonna give.
But some people don't do
We're
that.
gonna give
No.
just like a 2 second, like 10-second, like look at each other and pause and just think about this.
But you can
Like the
honestly
worst.
eat anything. Like I've ate pizza before and had like
No, but what would be your idea of the worst of the worst to have it in your teeth
Yeah.
after you've eaten it and somebody else actually see that?
that's a great question.
I mean, broccoli in the teeth is never a good thing.
No.
Is that yours or yours?
Probably broccoli, yeah.
Brooke would like spinach and each other, green
Yes.
vegetables, all of that.
Yes.
I don't like seeing any type of. Here goes back to my dairy aversion, like cheese, like
Oh,
big
cheese.
ew.
Yeah.
It's like eating cheese.
That.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Are they stay in your teeth like so orange?
Mm.
That's why I went and
Cheetos
brushed my
and
teeth
stuff
right
like
before the
that,
show
yeah.
because I ate
Doritos.
some.
No.
Yeah, that would be not
Maybe
good.
that. No.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. I actually had that in my brain a second ago. Yeah. Chocolate.
We have to eat
Oh
some
wait,
chocolate, didn't we?
chocolate. I love chocolate.
Where's the Hershey bar?
I know we had some chocolate.
We ate half of it.
Anyways, so what shall we talk about next?
Can we talk about
Your idea.
yes, my idea of like ways that some couples communicate, or even if you're not in a relationship, it's a meaningful way of communication regarding if they don't have the words to say it, so they find a way that they only know how to. And it's okay. It can also be something that not only they know how to communicate in, but they know that you both like relate to. You both kind of have that. What do you call it? I'm trying to think of the word. That you both have interest on, and you both find it meaningful.
I mean, like the in sync.
Yeah.
It's like the emotion it invokes are in sync.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Something that you're both passionate about, so that's something that you know that you can communicate through. And it can be through music, it can be through poetry, it could be through pictures, something that if you know you
Just through art.
know, yeah, through your
Through
heart,
art.
you like, and through art,
Through art and your heart.
in your heart. And you know, if that other person, you know, kind of has the same interest, they know how to speak to you through that,
Through those ways.
through those, yeah. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And like mine would be music, poetry, and like giving off hints.
I think when we do the late date, or at least the other people are throwing it out there, we've talked about doing favorite poetry.
Yeah.
Favorite poems.
Mm-hmm.
I actually I have a favorite poem, and it's been my favorite poem since I was about 7, 8 years old. I have a favorite poem.
I'm still working.
I'd
on mine.
like to share it. It's not one that I wrote. It's
You want
one
to share
that
it
I
right now?
wrote. I mean, I can share the poem itself. I think a lot of people, if they do know me and they're watching, they would have heard me say this. It's The Waking by Theodore Retzke, which was a poet, American poet, lived around into the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
And you have given that
It's
out
called
on the
The
show at least.
Yeah, I
at
think you
least
have once.
once. At least once.
Because it's important. We should
You read off
like.
something, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I don't know. I don't go back and
It was
watch
an early
the shows.
show.
Yeah.
You,
It was an
I
earlier
don't go
show.
back and watch the shows. You guys know that.
I remember it.
I can't do it.
We was
Mhm.
I'm
having our
sitting here
tea.
eating a hot dog.
Cooked on the
show.
grill, though. Thank you,
Yes,
Heather.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Heather, for cooking those as well.
Yes,
Which I still haven't got my hot dog. If you'll hand that over, please.
very delicious.
He scarfed his down.
One
I did.
delicious wiener coming up.
That's
Yes,
what I often say.
I said it like. That's what he said.
I think that's what I said this morning.
That's what he said.
Shove a wiener in your mouth.
I've heard that said to me as well.
That's disgusting.
As well.
I'm going to try to redirect the show
Yes.
and stop eating this. I'm going to take another drink.
No, but I often like to communicate through songs as well. Poetry. Sometimes I'll leave random poetry lying around. And often, to be honest with you, I have left things in the past and even present in certain little spaces that may not even be found for months, possibly years later. Like little notes and stuff. Have you ever done that?
Hints.
Yeah, little hints, even little sayings, little things that can be left around. It can be left on like in a certain page when they're reading a book. When they get to that page, You know, and it
I
could
like
be
that.
next time they watch a DVD, it's in a DVD. It could be 2 years later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, which could be good or bad if you're not with the person years later, and you're like,
It's
oh,
like I
let's-
said, like even with music, you can, like, say if I wanted you to listen to something, and I'm trying to speak to you through that song,
Mhm.
there's meaning to that. There's hints in that I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
I think you'll listen.
Yeah.
So that's the art of that.
Feelings and emotions.
Feelings
Like,
and
art,
emotions.
like, and it's nice to have somebody that's like, so you get that same emotional response, or at least an emotional response,
Yeah.
or an understanding of how that could
That could
possibly
be an
Like-
understanding.
I mean, I'm literally just trying to find somebody that would be willing to like dress up, and if I could hear certain artists, like, is it Josh Groban,
Mhm.
against an amphitheater, to be able to be dressed up at like a small, but it being like a natural amphitheater or something, Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
And then like other bands, like more like, there's a Celtic band called Celtic Woman that I would love to hear their Christmas show, their hymn, and
I
their
love that.
accents and all of that. And it's almost like opera-esque
Mhm.
to have it. You
You've
would
got to
dress
like
up
opera.
in evening. That would be a perfect date for me.
Yes.
You would dress up in evening wear and everything. Is it normal? No. It's
What
No.
about
going
the
on.
masquerade with the masks?
Ooh, I would love
Do
to
you know what I
do
mean?
that too.
You would look good with
I
that.
would,
You would
yes.
too.
See, I agree with that, but some people
Like
think
a
that
formal ball.
you
Yeah.
Like
live in a
we're
fantasy
going
world,
to
and
a
some people
ball.
aren't okay with that.
Mhm.
I'm like, what's wrong with living in fantasy? That's what gives you life. That's what.
Because you're creating your own life day by day, so why not
Hmm.
make it the fantasy that you want to make it?
Exactly.
If
There's nothing
possible.
bad
This is
with believing in. I think when people say you live in a fantasy world, there's nothing wrong with dreaming. There's nothing wrong in thinking that you deserve that type of love,
I agree with you.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
And it just shows that you're passionate. It shows that you are very loving. Like everything about you is creative. And if they can't find that unique, then that's all I have to say.
Well, that often the people that say those things really aren't creative. What are they doing?
What do you
know?
mean? What do you mean? Repeat that.
So you were speaking like they were like, what was your last statement? I'm trying to remember exactly. Like exactly.
Like you're passionate. It makes you.
Like if you're living in a fantasy world,
Oh, yeah,
like
the
you like
fantasy
those
thing.
type of theatrics and all that, and the
And you
How-
believe in
the
them.
pomp and circumstance of it all, or whatever, even in a fantastical type of way. Right?
And if you try to make your life that kind of
Finding
fantastical
somebody
way,
else that's so much that like in that same artistic way that you are, in an expression that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's almost like in a way of like if you
Perfect,
have a
actually.
passion for something, it's like if you believe in that and that's something that you feel like deeply, like for me, like being an old soul, I feel like I'm Victorian. Like I feel like I belong in that age. And if I romanticize like in that fantasy world of feeling like I deserve that type of love, or there's things in my house that make me feel that way, like I'm living back in that day and I think that's romantic and somebody believes in that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's being
No.
romantic. It's being, authentic yourself. It's something that you believe in that's beautiful. And you see those small details of what other people really don't see.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we're friends. Is because like the old like vintage nightgowns. I'm a collector. I think I've convinced her. I had you buy your first one.
My first one.
A little over a week ago, we chose it together, and she put it on. She was like, "Oh my goodness!" I was like, "Oh gosh, this is the type of ones I like. They look good."
you should show the vintage nightgown on your TikTok.
Or I'm actually going to get photos done in it too,
Okay. Oops, sorry.
as well.
Didn't mean to Jackie.
We're going to make it like vintage, like almost like in a, what do you call it? Like a forest setting.
Okay.
It's like a cream colored gown. I would say vintage. Like it should be up in like parts of.
Oh, so are you going to use that in your shoot?
Yeah, I'm going to use that too.
Well, that would be very cool. So we'll
And
get,
and the other dress.
And the other dress.
And the other dress we found.
And that's gonna be Sunday.
I can't wait to see yours.
I
looking
know.
forward to that.
Can I get first dibs? Can I get dibs on seeing first?
You should come with me.
You have to work.
Yeah,
I have to be there at 11.
the timeline would work.
I'm going with her. I'm going with you.
Stony Falls. There we go.
And it's Stony Falls. It'll be a great day.
Yeah, it is.
Very cool day.
It's gonna be
Going on a
Hell of a
photo
day.
shoot.
A photo shoot.
photo shoot.
Yay! Yay!
And then I have upcoming photo shoots. Like after my friend's wedding and stuff, I had somebody ask me today about modeling for them. She's one of my good friends too, so getting off this.
She's got a lot of fun.
It's not
Interesting.
about the water. Why do they want me in water?
I don't know.
She's a water nymph.
I swore
She is.
I belonged
But
to be a mermaid.
both of these things that we purchased are gonna look
Killer.
fan fucking fabulous.
Yeah.
Like I kid you not. That's sincere.
Looks so good it
really-
should be a painting.
They really could. You could probably turn these images into paintings. It would be great.
That's what we're going for.
Perfect.
Okay.
I hope so. I hope so.
I'm excited about it.
I'll get one. I'll get one of your
Yes.
paintings.
Yes.
We like.
Bob Ross can't paint it, but
I can't paint worth it.
I'm sorry. I just had to throw that in there. He's like my favorite painter.
Maybe a happy tree in the background or two, but
As long as Deadpool's in there too. Have you seen Deadpool's like Bob Ross theme paintings?
no.
Yeah, he's kind of
Where do
making
you
fun
see
of.
these things?
Long story short, I'll send them to you.
A long story short, I'll send them to you. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm actually.
You've never
looking
seen
forward-
Bob Ross like this before.
Okay, I'm actually.
I used to watch him as a child.
I did too.
Yeah, me too.
So
Oh,
So Bob Ross has been one of my favorites. I used to just sit there and watch him paint and paint and paint and paint. Never got tired of it. That's how I
No.
actually got inspired into art and like drawing and painting and
through Bob Ross?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I liked watching it just because it was calming.
Relaxing.
You know, I got it. I watched at a very young age because you would watch Sesame Street, and then you would have like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood that came on after that, and then after that it'd be like Bob Ross. So you have. Like,
I'm a
little
huge fan
sections.
of I Love Lucy. I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
I watched
there's
that
lot
as a
of those.
kid. All the way up to where it was actually in
Was
color
it,
as
who
well.
is that? Desi Arnaz?
Yeah.
The second
Yeah.
one?
The colored ones aren't.
The black and white's always better.
Yep.
I have to say, black and white has to be my favorite.
Much.
Old movies that are
In
made
the
black and
original
white.
form, like even older music, listening to it on
Yeah.
vinyl actually sounds more authentic to.
You need to visit Laps of Music.
I shall do it. What did you just say?
Laps of Music.
Laps of music.
It's actually on my Facebook. I follow. They play all types of like classical music, back from like the Beach Boys, the Beatles. What is it called? I can't even think of it. Iris. Like all older songs and back on. Classics. All
Classics.
All classics.
When I think classics, that's that. But classical music, I'm like, I like classical music too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like Tchaikovsky, Beethoven, Bach.
Composers.
Yeah, like actual composers. I like this one.
This
That
is
as
long.
well. It does. There's a time for everything. It gives you a feeling of, even in its sadness,
Yeah.
it gives you a feeling of happiness just even hearing
And
it.
I'm a big person on music.
Mm-hmm.
I had a teacher.
too.
I had a teacher.
I've never seen you jam out.
Every day.
Can you describe him? Do you think he's more old-fashioned like we are, or a little bit modern?
He's more modern.
Think so? I don't know. You don't know.
I've never seen that side of you. Old-fashioned side of you. You don't get that deep. I'm a very deep person. That's what makes me unique. I'm very deep.
Same. To a fault.
To a fault.
To a fault. I'm too deep. I get too deep, like it. So you say share emotions. It's like, why aren't you feeling these emotions like that? This means something.
I'm very
too
deep. I'm that deep. I'm very emotionally.
But like I said, sometimes to a fault.
I am only when I'm alone, though. Don't be when I'm alone.
Yeah. You drown in your thoughts.
Mm-hmm. But in all honesty, prefer, up until recently, more time alone. Like, I like spending time alone, though.
I do to an extent.
Like, I really do.
I like jamming out to myself, but
I like spending time alone as well, but I also like knowing, I don't know. I just like, I like feeling secure
safe.
and safe in who I'm spending my time with. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, because eventually
That's good advice in any type of relationship, or whether it be friendship, family, romantic interests, like
like, I mean, you get so used to doing typical, normal life things by yourself, but there's also a part of you like, I like that feel of safeness. I like that feel of like, you feel at home.
well, just to share something.
Yeah, sharing things together.
Things together.
You feel like you're just not sharing it with yourself.
Yay! That was great. Nobody else was here to witness it.
Yes.
Why wasn't somebody else here to witness it? That was great. That was a good
all the
moment.
time.
Why couldn't I have shared it with somebody? But yeah.
They miss the best parts of me that they don't get to see.
Is that like an important thing? Is that like a different type of thing we just came up with another question here to get deeper into? Like these things that just make you a little bit happy that you would think that somebody else would share with you.
Yeah.
Like,
that should be another topic. I think that should be another topic to talk about.
It's
a
almost
little, it's
at
a
the
little
20,
late.
It's at the 27-minute mark right now.
And it's a little late,
Yeah.
so my brain is not functioning as well.
Well, I mean, we kind of got on a little bit late, so
I know.
it's been a long day. I'm not functioning either too well.
But you had some things you had to do tomorrow, and I had originally told Adam I wanted to do it tomorrow, but you wanted to do the show with us, so we did it tonight, even though we had to meet up late and start late.
What are you doing?
We're in a row.
Hey, we're doing the show,
ready
so
for
she
bed.
came up.
I'm ready to crash.
I know, she's like, I'm going to hop in the car like this, so the whole way home just like crawl into bed.
I'm going to have all that air up in my face to keep me awake.
Well,
my door will be falling right now.
No, she's fine.
Yeah, I'm totally fine. I'm just going to crash out when I go through the door. I'll probably hop over my couch and just be
Just
like,
jump over it. Fall over it.
I've done it before.
Anyways,
Oh.
your guys' show from the other night is reaching 300 views.
Yeah.
Yes, and if
That
you
is
guys
exciting.
can please share and please comment, please subscribe. We really appreciate all the people that are pretty much supporting all of us.
Yeah,
and what
every
we
show
love
we
to
have.
do, and watching us and seeing how far we can go with this. And I'm really thankful for the future. So see how far that goes with us.
Yeah, the late date is going to be on the radio in the near future.
Yes, I think we're probably getting enough time to start focusing on that. And which, as we do these live, I'm not sure. Are we going to do separate on-air shows than we do live shows? We're going to continue to do both. I don't know. We'll have to, as co-hosts, discuss that, how that's going
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. But as of now,
Yeah.
we've got those. We can do both of those for a while. Maybe have them overlap. But Brooke's episode that she was on with Keaton will be on podcast this Tuesday on Spotify.
Yes.
The other people's show.
I need to get Spotify.
You do need to get Spotify.
I need
I
to
know,
get
I know,
Spotify
that sounds
too.
I'll just
corny,
give
but
you all my
I love it.
Spotify.
We both don't have Spotify. We're such.
I'm still getting used
We're
to my
so
phone.
behind.
It might be on iTunes. I'm not sure, but it might be on there.
I don't know
So,
that I even really click on iTunes.
yeah, I don't think
I don't
anybody really
either.
goes on iTunes.
I don't
much
know.
anymore.
I don't know. I have Amazon Music, and
Yeah, it wasn't on there.
Yeah.
We checked yesterday.
I mean, that's all I got.
I got YouTube.
She's like, I don't even do that. If I ain't finding it for free, I ain't finding it.
We are on YouTube, so go there. So You want to just dive into your topic next time as well?
We can. We
Since,
can.
you
I
know,
think
is
it's
that
just-
okay?
That is completely fine. Preferable.
What is this topic?
What is this topic? Yes, this is the topic. Okay. We are that tired. How important it would be for your significant other to get along with all of the close people, like your really, really close people in your life.
Your friends,
Like,
family.
what if they didn't like somebody that was like, how you're kind of like, how can you not like them? That's my person. Like, how can you not like them? Things like that.
I think there should be like compromise.
Yeah, there should be compromise.
That's very important. Compromising.
Maybe we'll come back to it at a
Yeah,
later time.
I think that'll be a good topic to dive into.
I think
Next,
I think I'm going to finish this one drink close to what 1 o'clock
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
morning, 1:30 in the morning.
yeah. Almost 1:30.
Good
So
I can't see that.
yeah.
I don't have my glasses on.
Can you see out of these? These are a little weaker than the
Gosh,
sunglasses.
clean your glasses.
Yeah.
Oh God, don't look at mine.
Oh my goodness.
Can you see? Your eyes look huge. Can you see better out of mine?
I feel like bubbles.
Okay, there is this like
like
from the camera and everything. I could see
Those
nothing.
frames look good on you, though.
She looks like a
There you go. Yours is more like pinkish clear.
they're like blush color. Can you see better out of this?
Yeah.
I can see nothing.
Yeah, we're all blurry.
Like I can see nothing.
Okay.
No, you need to clean your glasses too.
Give them
Dang.
back. At least I can see.
Mine are
You
in the car.
need to find.
Mine are in the car.
She's gotten glasses and she still doesn't like them. She doesn't want to wear them.
But you can check her on her glasses with her glasses on your TikTok.
Yes, I actually wore them for work. I'm not supposed to wear them every day.
Like your
All day
TikTok.
long.
Yeah.
We gotta go to sleep.
Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in tonight for the late date. And then we have Adam, we have Lana. Drinks up. Good night.
Good night.
Brooke.